Right now at 6, KGW investigates safety concerns at the Longview paper mill years before the chemical tank blast.
We approach it with the utmost care in everything that we do.
How records show workers were worried about equipment and maintenance in another section of the plant. Plus,
people who went to jail, it's Jeff. It has nothing to do with Thomas Jefferson.
A renewed call and some pushback when it comes to renaming several schools in Oregon's largest district.
And later, from Oregon roots to Broadway's very best.
And the Tony Award goes to...
As an actress takes home her very first Tony Award, and a local producer adds a few more.
Good evening, everyone. David Molko along with Christine Pinawanich on this Monday. We want to get right to breaking news in Southeast Portland, where one person has been shot and killed at an apartment complex.
Our Catherine Cook is live near Southeast 160th and Stark. Catherine, bring us up to speed.
Well, Christine and David, this happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon here at the Aurora Apartments, that is on 160th and Southeast Stark. Neighbors tell us they heard gunfire. When police arrived, they say they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. The detectives are still here investigating, working out of their mobile command unit. They're interviewing neighbors and piecing together what happened. They say when they arrived, the suspect was gone. That means whoever did this is still out there. Neighbors tell us the whole thing is unsettling.
I live on the 3rd floor, and it happened on the 5th floor. So I didn't hear any bullets, I didn't hear any gunshots, I didn't hear none of that. Just come out here and there's tons of cops.
Neighbors also tell us police have been going around showing them a photograph of a man, asking them if they recognized him, if they knew who he was. Police have not shared that photo with us. If they do, and if they share any kind of suspect description, information, we'll be sure to bring it to you. In the meantime, anyone out there who knows anything about this case is asked to contact the Portland Police Bureau. Christine and David, back to you.
Catherine Cook reporting live from Southeast Portland. Thank you, Catherine. To newly released documents now that show Nippon Dynawave employees had been raising maintenance concerns years before last month's deadly chemical tank blast.
That includes an investigation related to a fire that broke out some 3 years back. Investigative reporter Evan Watson's here with those details. Evan?
That 2023 fire took multiple days for firefighters to extinguish, and then ultimately clear, burning through wood chips on a conveyor belt high above the ground. Investigators determined a decrease in maintenance and aging equipment were likely to blame in this scenario, highlighting employee concerns years before last month's tank rupture that killed 11 people and injured 7 others. Outside the Nippon Dynawave paper mill in Longview, a memorial honors 11 employees who died in the recent chemical tank rupture. Their photos, next to their favorite snacks and candies, symbolize the grief of a community as investigations move forward. 3 years earlier, a major fire at the plant sparked employee concerns about old equipment and cutbacks on maintenance. A wood chip fire at the Nippon Dynawave facility in July of 2023 started on a conveyor belt before spreading to a barge, dock, and maintenance building. It burned through the night, took 3 days to clear, and caused $3.5 million in damage. Fire investigators said they couldn't determine the exact cause, but it's probable that the fire was mechanical in nature, secondary to the decrease in maintenance on the aging equipment. According to fire investigation reports, employees told fire investigators that the company dissolved maintenance of the conveyors approximately 6 to 7 years earlier, and Nippon Dynawave had been paying overtime for the past year and a half for the employees to come and perform maintenance on their time off, although that overtime pay was cut about a month before the fire. One employee said with limited maintenance, the company had been ordering greaseless conveyor belt rollers, with some coming from sites like Amazon, to limit the maintenance needs. With the recent collapse of the white liquor tank at the plant and the release of these new photos, Nippon Dynawave leaders have largely deferred questions about equipment maintenance and inspections.
We approach it with the utmost care in everything that we do. I'll let the facts speak for themselves.
The company did not respond to KGW's questions about the 2023 fire and maintenance concerns on Monday. Cowlitz fire investigators said the wood chip fire was accidental. It was not connected to the white liquor tank. Government investigations at the plant are expected to take months. The company says it will continue to pay employees who can't return to work because of the tank collapse through at least August 8th.
Appreciate you looking into all the reports and bringing us up to speed. Thank you, Evan. Meanwhile, 9 of the 11 workers who were killed in that blast were brought back to Clackamas County over the weekend in a procession from a Seattle area medical examiner's office. People, including some of the victims' families, paid their respects and watched from a bridge in Kelso. That included Sonia Robbins, mourning the loss of her relative, Clinton or CJ Duran.
Always gonna love the person you lost. You're never gonna get over it. They're a part of you for the rest of your life.
They sure are. When it comes to the other two, one, Dylan Miller, lived outside Cowlitz County, and the remains of the other, Gilbert Bernal, had already been returned to his family.
Okay, let's take a quick look outside right now from our Wells Fargo Skycam. Quite a rainy, gray Monday out there.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Matt Spino's here with a first look at your weather impact forecast. Hey there, Matt.
Hey, David. Yeah, the rain's coming out pretty good right now. We look at Salem, you can see the raindrops hitting the lands are still holding at 60 degrees. The winds come up out of the south at 15 miles an hour. Meanwhile, Vancouver also looking really rainy there. Winds aren't as strong here. We've had an east wind, but they're gonna diminish and then switch and come out of the south and southwest as we go through the next couple of hours. And you can see the back edge of the steady precipitation is now moving on shore. So we should begin to see the clouds lift at the coast and even a few sun breaks by sunset as the weather improves just a bit. But we're not done with the showers until we get to, well, basically this time tomorrow and even a little bit later than that. Rainfall has been pretty impressive, up to 0.55 of an inch now at Scappoose, nearly 0.3 in Portland, 0.3 at Vancouver and in Troutdale, and 0.36 in McMinnville. And up at Astoria now, 1.17 inches of rain, as the rain is still coming down hard there. But we will transition out of this wet weather to warm, dry, pleasant weather and then to hot weather this weekend. So we've got a weather impact alert up for Sunday and Monday as we climb into the mid-90s there. Those will be our warmest days of the year so far. May break a couple records. We'll make the low 90s on Saturday, but it's Sunday and Monday that are the hot days. That'll come with east winds, low humidity. That, of course, increases the fire danger. So big transition from cool and wet to hot and dry, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Matt.
In your headlines, a judge denied bail today for a Kaiser mom accused of trying to kill her 3 children and herself. A warning, the details here are disturbing and are not appropriate for all viewers. Authorities say 32-year-old Chardonnay Benavidez called 911 Saturday evening and told dispatchers she and her young children were falling in and out of consciousness. Officers arrived at the home on Holly Court where they found the kids and Benavidez in an attached garage. Fire officials had to vent the garage for carbon monoxide from vehicle exhaust before it was safe for anyone to enter. Everyone survived. The children are now in the care of their father. Benavidez faces 3 counts of attempted murder and is due back in court next week. A reminder, if you or someone you know is having a mental health crisis, help is available 24/7. One resource here, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. The number is 988.
Portland fire crews rescued a man from the roof of a home in the Lentz neighborhood this morning as a fire raged inside. Crews say they found a wall of flames at the home near Southeast 88th Avenue and Levy Street around 5:30 this morning. They quickly realized the man was about to jump at least 15 feet to the ground from the roof and got a ladder just in time. Investigators say the fire was caused by an extension cord.
This electrical cord was running from the interior of the house to the exterior. It was powering a refrigerator. That wiring was not able to tolerate the continuous use, heated up, consumed the surge protector that it was plugged into.
The flames also burned several vehicles on the property. Debris inside and outside the home slowed crews down as they fought those flames. The man inside was hurt climbing out of the window, but did not need to be taken to the hospital.
And another Rose Festival has come and gone with the big ships sailing down the Willamette and out to the Columbia. They include those from the Coast Guard, a guided missile destroyer from the U.S. Navy, and a patrol vessel from the Royal Canadian Navy. You may have noticed the bridge lifts this morning as they sailed out, marking the official end of Fleet Week.
The man accused of murdering 3 people in Sandy now faces nearly 20 charges, many related to a shootout with police. Brian Moore pleaded not guilty in court today.
Joe Nary's live at the Clackamas County Courthouse in Oregon City. And Joe, I understand you spoke with a friend of one of the victims. What did she tell you?
Well, she described Jenna Overson, one of those killed in last weekend's shooting, as someone who was always there for everyone and at any time, and looked at her as a sister figure. Jenna's mother and a teenager were also murdered as well, but a Sandy police officer who was shot at was injured, but is going to be okay. For the second time in as many weeks, 38-year-old Brian Moore sat in a Clackamas County jail where he's facing nearly 20 charges in connection to a shootout in Sandy that left 3 people dead and a police officer injured. Outside of court, friends remembered the victims who were killed, including Jenna Overson.
She was amazing. No matter what she was going through, she always had a smile on her face, there to help. You know, anytime you need something, she was there.
Jenna's mother, Mary Beth, was also killed, as was 16-year-old Coben McClure. Police say McClure was shot at a nearby home and had no known connection to Moore.
We are their voice. Not only did he take Jenna, he took her mother. He took an innocent child that protected the boys.
On Friday, a grand jury looked at the case and charged Moore with even more crimes, including multiple counts of attempted aggravated murder for the shootout with police. He's accused of wounding Sandy police officer Garrett Thornton, who's going to survive. Lewis described Jenna as someone who always put her family first.
She loved her mom. You know, she was always there helping her with the house or with the boys, and I mean, she had her own place, but that was like her second home was with Jenna.
A community and family are left mourning the lives that were taken.
Not only did they lose a mother, they lost a grandmother, they lost their sense of safety.
Now, Moore pled not guilty earlier this afternoon and is being held without bail tonight. David and Christine, back to you.
Joe Ranieri with the follow-up. Thank you, Joe.